Hello, everybody. Today I will be talking about the auction and how my bid just did not work out for me today. And I'm going to just give my opinions and thoughts on auction. That tends to be the trend right now. So we'll go over to Lighthouse. You can see here. Click on the page. Your bid is not won. 22,000 is what eventually I upped the bid to over the 17,500. See that I got my doubloons back. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with these doubloons in the meantime. My guess is I'm probably going to put some of this into Brandenburg. Maybe I'll put some into here. I don't know yet. Gotta think about the best use of these doubloons here. Because I know people already have Prince Rupert videos out. Some have Zayton, some have Prince Heinrich, some have Mackinson. But you know what? I'm doing this at my own pace. So auction. Take Turpits out into battle here. What do I think of auction? I think of auction as a part of the game that needs to exist for the reason for not having random bundles. I feel like auction needs to exist, or they're going to stick more ships into random bundles. I don't necessarily agree with it. But if I had to choose between milking the whales or increased monetization on the average Joe, I'd rather the whales sit there and drain their wallets, while us common folk, we don't have to deal with that so much. Because you got ways to earn tokens now through the personal challenges. Got that going. But I think there's a long ways that the game has to go. I don't expect we're going to get there in one patch. Look at this. 3 submarines on both sides. Oh my gosh. I'll be honest with you all. I haven't put that much time to the game this week because I just been a little discouraged after seeing all these submarines and seeing all the threads. People just not doing well in the matches because of submarines. I think the main thing that we're all tired of at this point is pings not having a penalty when they're being fired off. That's really annoying. But on to the auction front, what do I think the future auctions are going to be? I feel like this is a success for them because the minimum bid for the Schlieffen was 25,001 gold. That was the minimum bid to win the lots for Schlieffen. You see, it was about 3,001 gold short on that. But on the upside of that is I can throw those doubloons into getting Brandenburg. So we're going to see how that plays out. But I don't know how they're going to fix this sub issue right away. I feel like we got different things going on. I was able to catch a few minutes of Sea Lord Mountbatten's video on the submarines, and I thought, this Noisemaker's idea isn't half bad. Maybe they could do it in the game. I just haven't been feeling encouraged to play the game lately because of submarines, if I'm really being honest. And I know that there's some people that have stopped playing altogether because of these subs. I just think it was really stupid of Wargaming to stick them right into randoms. I still do. I feel like you could have gotten your test results out of the ranked folks easily. This new meta is definitely something to keep an eye on for sure. I haven't fired a shot because I can't really shoot at anything from here. Anybody famous in this battle? Nope. Enemy Turpits. I don't often go into randoms overall just because it's chaotic. But aside from the auction, do I think they're gonna sit there and change the minimum bid next time? No, I don't think they are. I think the next auction will probably see people bid even higher. Let's say next auction for your tier 10 is probably gonna end up at around maybe 30,000 doubloons. I can honestly see it happening because minimum to win the tier 10 this time around was 25,000. So it's probably going to go up because people are going to get more competitive with their bids. Ah, jeez. I don't even know if a sub's even near me. Guess what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just randomly scout the water by the DD and just fire off these guys? I have no idea where the submarine is going to appear next. Honestly, I don't. It sucks. You don't have awareness of where the sub is at unless they ping you, and even then you don't really have a full sense of where they're hiding. The reason why I took out Tirpitz versus something like Kurfürst is because Tirpitz is a little bit more maneuverable than Kurfürst. It fits in with the theme of this video of talking about Schlieffen. I think for now, I'm going to keep doing my reviews in co-op just because randoms is getting chaotic with this layout, but who's to say co-op's not going to have this chaotic layout either? It's honestly hard to tell anymore. I don't know about you, but for me, playing this game since closed beta and seeing how it is now, sometimes I just want to just hurl because I can barely recognize the game I once played in beta because it made so many silly changes. Seriously. I can't be the only one that's upset about the changes. Where's the U-boat at? Show me. Can't really push like you used to. It was that way for several patches, and now they just threw a huge monkey wrench into the game. They just were like, deal with it. Essentially the feeling I get with them just dumping subs on us without any counters to that pinging. I feel like pinging should have a consequence. Like, reduce detectability, like increase detectability or something. Just being able to ping and wear out a person's DCP seems like an unfair advantage. To me, anyway. DCP, damage control party, for those unaware. You're wearing out your damage control party, and you're not really allowing ships to have a reasonable counterplay because they can't see the submarine. Only way you can really see the submarine is if you got hydroacoustic on. Even then, they dive to maximum depth, you can't see them. Who's to say there's not a submarine hiding nearby? Honestly. Where's the U-boat at? Look at that, right there. Gonna try to go that way. I'm gonna have to sit there and layer these guys right back to back. Come on, do some damage. Look at that. No damage to him. Okay, we got some damage on him. It's good. I'm glad that you at least have some countermeasures against submarines. Now look at this. He's targeting me with his silly pings. What am I supposed to do? I'll do that. Did you see how ineffective it's going to be if I don't get behind an island or something, you know? We're gonna have... They completely rewrote the game with this patch. Submarine gone or what? They got rid of the submarine. I don't know. Tell. Was I facing a cachalot or what was I facing? I'm just saying, Once people know how to play the submarines well, they're going to be even a bigger nuisance than they are now. And they want to stick super ships into the mix too. I'm just like shaking my head over here going like, oh no. Just telling you, I don't agree with the changes they made to allow subs to just ping you unlimitedly. Unlimited. There should be a longer cooldown for that. Like maybe they're allowed 5 pings in a minute or something, and then it has to cool down for a minute or two. There needs to be a penalty for pinging. It's like no consequence to it. Sub wants to take you out in their wolf pack with another sub, you're a goner. Unless you sat there and you got good teamwork going on for you, which some matches you don't have because people don't always play as a team, and I'll put it that way. Look at this. We don't have coordination going to protect the carrier right now. We got everybody pushing forward. Now the carrier's gonna get sunk. Honestly, I think this German accuracy needs to go away, especially if we got submarines in the game. You might as well sit there and give the battleships a good buff to accuracy since you're making them deal with even more threats. Honestly, it's hard to straddle the line here as to what you deal with and what you don't want to deal with, because it seems like our community contributors, the X ones anyway, have given up the fight and they're not caring anymore. They're just watching from the sidelines, and I can't blame them. I guess the fight's beating out of them because they had to go through so much stuff, so much drama. Oh man, even I'm discouraged from playing the game when Wargaming is making all these silly changes without really listening to the players. Look at this. Take out this cruiser, that's what's causing this wall. Signers on the battleship. I gotta switch to armor piercing, otherwise I'm not gonna make it down. Look at this, they're focused on hunting the battleship versus going back to cap. This is really bad strategy. I should be going back to the cap to help the carrier. Look at that, look at how many torpedoes are in the water. I think I even have enough speed to get back to defend the carrier, and that Z-31 is probably going to cap soon because nobody's over there. Because we're all focused on damage farming versus going after the actual threats. This is supposed to be a team game when we're actually trying to help each other here. This is just really silly. Carriers having to do all the work. I know that normally a lot of you don't like the carriers, but you really shouldn't leave it to the carrier to do all the work. You should be going back to help them. Don't say you hate on CVs till you play the class itself and you realize how hard it is. It's harder to play the class than you realize. I may not have a lot of battles in the CVs, but I played enough battles in carrier to know that their job is tough. And it's only because of this carrier here that we're getting anywhere. I'm going to compliment this carrier. Because he's playing well. He's doing what he should be. I don't like to come into randoms too much anymore because there's just so much toxicity. You know? People be talking about things. You know? I have to switch the videos to not for kids because of that. Straight up. People in talk so dirty, we wouldn't have to do that. I wouldn't have to, but they do, so I limit that. Alright, I gotta be careful here. I gotta turn on my second. Destroyer disappeared. Oops. You know, I'm just trying to enjoy the game, but I gotta admit, it's hard for me some days to log into the game and see it for how it is. And honestly, if some of them CCs that are in that program still, if they let go of their marketing bias, which I think they still have a bit of, they'd be actually critical. But I assume that since things have changed, since a lot of them CCs left, they kind of tightened up on them a little bit. I don't know if that's the case. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. It just seems that way. Because you would have thought that they would have been like, this is a lot harder now. Nothing. It's like all our original people are gone except for Notzer. Seriously. Hey, this torpedo soup. This is even without submarines. All about teamwork. Shots weren't aimed well enough. Carrier doesn't care. What are we playing now? Torpedo dodging simulator? That's what it feels like most days, seriously. Stay alive here, it's not easy. Come on, avoid the torpedo, come on. Come on, Turpits, we don't know how to play better than that. Dang it. Imagine if a submarine was after me right now. They could easily take me out because I got nothing left in the tank, essentially. Literally. The Turpit salvo was about to take me out. I try to play ships I know in randoms, but overall, my thoughts on the auction are it's going to happen again. They're going to do the next tier 10 the same way, most likely. The minimum bid's probably going to be higher at 30,000. As for the credit side of things, I haven't really looked into what the minimum bids for those items were, the commander or for the coal, for the flag. Honestly, I understand some people like the fancy dancy flags, but for me, I would never sit there and bid my credits on that. You can tell that I'm outfitting a lot of my ships with equipment because my credits are pretty low at the moment. But overall, my thoughts on auction. Do it at your own risk and understand that if you lose, you'll get your bid back, but at the same time, you're putting a lot of money into it. Pretty sure 25,000 is pretty much near, it's gonna be around 80, 90 bucks, I think. Yeah, so you guys, you just gotta play it safe with this auction. I'm glad that we're exploring additional ways to monetize the game outside of just random mechanics. At least an auction's pretty predictable. You bid, you bid, and if you win, you win. If you don't win, you don't win. It's not like, let's see here, do we have See, they started with this token thing, which I like, and now they're currently at the German one. You pretty much know what you're gonna get. It's not random bundles like Johan de Witt. Like, I'm gonna keep saying this in my videos. I wasted 59,000 doubloons on that stupid ship. Do you ever see me pull it out that much? No, because it's not bad. It's not good. I can't play it good enough. It's my fault. Fault of me, the player. But for those wondering on my German battleship reviews, I think we might be able to get to Mackinson with these doubloons here, but I'm gonna be cautious. I'm not gonna throw all my doubloons into the event. So maybe we'll try to get some. I'll try to get Max in here. Try to get a video out on that. Maybe Prince Heinrich. I'll get one out on that too. It's just gonna take me some time. I'm not loaded with doubloons or credits like certain World of Warships YouTubers out there. For community contributors, they get a stipend of doubloons and containers to give away every month. Or you have the most popular World of Warships YouTubers. Is that Euro's #1? I think the #2 is Flamu. Flamu has a ton of doubloons because he's in that referral program. The recruitment program, not the affiliate program, but he's getting a lot of doubloons from that. I suspect he's not spending credits on equipment, and that's why he's able to accumulate so many of them. As for me, I like to outfit as many ships as possible with equipment. I don't like to leave my ships not outfitted with equipment because sometimes I like to switch up the playstyle and go to different ships. So as always, please remember to like, watch, share, and subscribe to the video. And I'll try to produce even more amazing World of Warships and Temple Run 2 videos in the future. I appreciate all the support. Always feel free to leave a comment suggesting how I can improve. I'm always reading them comments. But I sometimes see that there's bots in the comments that go in there and they post links. I'll deal with them. If you see a bot on a link, just click report on it, and it should get rid of the links normally. So keep an eye out for that inside the comments. If you see a suspicious link, don't click on it, obviously. All the links to my stuff I'm always going to put in my channel description for you guys. If somebody posts a silly link in the comments, I wouldn't click on it, okay? I try to get to these bots before they sit there and cause any damage. Most of the time I get to them, but if for some reason you see a comment, then it looks like a suspicious link, report it to YouTube. At me if you wish. Let me know it's there, and I'll try to take care of it too. But just be wary of that. As this channel grows, people are going to be encouraged to sit there and spam links. So I always look forward to the meaningful comments, and I appreciate you all. Take care, everybody. See you in the next one.